Our movie starts with a girl named Claire. We see her mother sending her off to ride her bike to a bird's nest with their dog Max following behind her. Once the mother is sure that Claire is far enough away, she retrieves a mysterious object wrapped in cloth and throws it in the trash can. A little while later, Claire returns home with Max, but she can't find her mother. She hears her mother crying upstairs and goes up to check on her, only to find that her mother has hanged herself. Claire wakes up terrified, now older, having dreamed about the day her mother committed suicide when she was a child. Max, her dog, is lying beside her in bed. We see her father, Jonathan, leaving the house and getting into a car with his friend, Carl. Claire gets ready and rides her bike to school. A group of classmates in an expensive car make fun of her and knock her off her bike. When Claire arrives at school, she finds her father and Carl rummaging through the trash can. Claire asks her father to stop doing that at her school because she's embarrassed that he's a garbage truck driver, and her classmates make fun of her for it. She asks them not to do it again, so Carl and Jonathan drive away quickly. We then see Claire with her friends June and Meredith as they hang up a painting Claire made. While Claire is on a ladder, a bully passes by and harasses her. Darcy throws her drink on Claire's painting and walks away without apologizing. In class, we notice that Claire has a crush on her classmate Paul. Meanwhile, Jonathan is out on the streets digging through trash and finds a beautiful box. He decides to keep it. We go to the school where Claire and Darcy are bullying each other in front of all the students, leading to a fight. Afterward, Claire goes to her neighbor and tells her that she has a crush on a boy named Paul, but he hasn't noticed her. When Claire returns home, her father gives her the box he found, but she's upset because she doesn't like taking things from the trash and has told him that before. When she goes to her room and examines the box, she sees it has Chinese writing on it. She translates 2 words: 7 wishes. She puts the box aside and opens her laptop, where she sees that Darcy has posted their fight online along with a picture of her father and Carl rummaging through the school trash, trying to embarrass Claire. Furious, she grabs the box and wishes for Darcy to rot. That night, while Claire is sleeping, the box opens and plays music before closing again. The next day, Darcy wakes up to find her body rotting. When Claire sees Darcy, she realizes her wish came true. When Claire goes home, she can't find her dog and discovers him dead, being eaten by rats. She buries him with her father, deeply saddened because the dog was a gift from her mother. Claire then shows the writing on the box to her Chinese language teacher, who tells her it's written in ancient Chinese and she needs to consult an expert to translate it. Her classmate Ryan overhears and tells her that his cousin studies Chinese and might be able to help. Still mourning, her dog looks at pictures of Paul and wishes for him to fall in love with her. The next day, her wish comes true as Paul starts talking to her. Meanwhile, her uncle slips in the bathtub, hits his head, and drowns. When Claire hears the news, she's devastated and argues with her father about bringing junk into the house. She goes to her room, takes the box, and wishes her uncle had left his entire fortune to her. The next day, her father tells her he got a call confirming her uncle left his entire estate to her and they move into his house. Claire uses her uncle's money to enjoy herself with her friends. Meanwhile, her neighbor is in her kitchen trying to unclog the sink. She reaches into the garbage disposal, accidentally turns it on, and her hair gets caught, pulling her in until her neck breaks, killing her. During this time, Claire notices that the box opens, plays music, and closes by itself again. The next day, Claire's father talks to her about her mother and shows her some of her mother's drawings, explaining that she had a difficult childhood. That night, Claire has a nightmare and wakes up to see a shadow moving outside her window. When she goes to check, she doesn't find anyone. The following day, Claire sees Paul breaking up with his girlfriend. He approaches Claire and asks her out, to which she says she'll think about it. She then goes to Ryan and asks about the cost of translating the Chinese writing. Ryan takes her to his cousin, who reads the box and tells Claire that it grants its owner 7 wishes, but if the owner discards the box, time will revert and the wishes will be undone. The box bears the name of a Chinese woman who, according to legend, cursed the box to seek revenge on her enemies and then committed suicide. When Claire returns home, she finds her father and Carl rummaging through a street trash can. She argues with her father, telling him they're wealthy now and don't need to do this job anymore. Claire then grabs the box and wishes for her father to become a wonderful person. Around this time, Ryan's cousin completes the translation and tries to call Ryan to warn him, but there is no cell service. Claire's father becomes an amazing musician, making Claire proud. Ryan's cousin trips, falls onto a statue and dies. The next day, Ryan finds her body and rushes to warn Claire about the box, explaining that it kills anyone whose owner makes a wish. Claire denies knowing what he's talking about and leaves. She begins ignoring her friends to spend more time with Paul. Claire goes home and wishes to be the most popular girl in school. That night, Paul invites her to a party, which she eagerly attends. Everyone at the party admires her. When Claire returns home and falls asleep, she has another nightmare about her mother. She wakes up terrified and sees the same person outside her house again. She tries to chase them but can't catch up, believing they want to steal the box. She quickly hides it. The next day, Claire visits her neighbor and finds her dead with a broken neck. Claire is deeply saddened by her death. At school, she leaves Paul and goes to her friends, inviting them to her house and telling them about the box. Meredith criticizes Claire for making selfish wishes without considering her friends. They urge her to get rid of the box, but Claire is afraid that doing so will undo all her wishes. One day, Claire attends a party, and when her friends ask if she got rid of the box, she lies and says she did. Later, she sits with Paul and realizes he's the one who has been watching her. She breaks up with him. Meanwhile, the box opens and plays music, and a fire almost harms June, but Meredith saves her. Claire then admits to June that she didn't get rid of the box, and June scolds her, realizing how dangerous it is. At that moment, Meredith is in an elevator which crashes, killing her. June blames Claire for everything and walks away. Claire and Ryan research the people who previously owned the box. They were all successful with perfect lives until their loved ones died, leading them to commit suicide. Ryan explains that the box demands the owner's soul after the 7th wish. Claire reveals she has used 5 wishes and asks for his help to destroy it. They try to burn and break the box, but it's indestructible. Claire hides the box and later wakes up to find Paul in her room, upset because she hasn't replied to his messages. When she tells him they're over, he commits suicide in front of her. The next day, she discovers the box is missing and knows that her uncle hasn't paid tax for 10 years, so they need to move out of his house to their old home. Claire goes back to her old life with classmates bullying her again. Claire finds out that June took the box, fearing for her safety. Claire forcefully takes it back from June, who falls down the stairs in the struggle. When Ryan tries to take the box from Claire, she threatens to use a wish against him. Desperate, Claire returns home devastated and wishes her mother had never committed suicide. Her mother reappears along with Claire's siblings celebrating Claire's birthday. Claire realizes her mother was the original owner of the box and got rid of it in the trash. However, her father dies accidentally when Carl drops a saw on him. Claire, overwhelmed, wishes to go back to the day her father found the box. She wakes up to find her dog Max alive and goes to work with her father. When she sees the box, she puts it in her bag and asks Ryan to bury it without opening it. They agree to go on a date. Suddenly, Darcy hits Claire with her car, killing her just as the box grants her 7th wish. Before burying the bag, Ryan opens it, finds the box, and decides to keep it. And that's it. If you like this recap, hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel to keep seeing content like this one. If you have any requests or thoughts, drop them below in the comment section, and we will see you at the next one. Peace out.